How many of you have ever woken up in the middle of the night and had no idea how much time has passed? Or maybe you've woken up but were so confused about where you were that you thought you were dreaming still. If you've ever experienced this, it could mean that you weren't dreaming at all. Let's take a look at what happens when you don't dream, including some rare disorders that make it so you never will. It's normal not to remember your dreams most of the time. In fact, scientists believe that most people only remember their dreams when they wake up during or immediately after REM sleep, which is when dreams most often occur. So if you wake up during REM sleep, you might remember your dream. But if you wake up during any other stage of sleep, you likely won't. Scientists aren't entirely sure why this is, but they think it has something to do with the amount of brain activity occurring during different sleep stages. During REM sleep, your brain is highly active, almost as active as when you're awake. And scientists believe that this activity is what creates dreams. Other sleep stages, however, are much calmer. For example, stage 3, or deep sleep, makes up about 14% of your total sleep time and is characterized by very slow brain waves called delta waves. This means that while you may be sleeping soundly, your brain isn't doing much in terms of creating dreams. So if you don't remember your dreams, it doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't dream at all. It's just that your brain wasn't active enough to create memories of those dreams. However, there are some cases where people genuinely don't dream, or at least they don't remember ever dreaming. And these cases are usually caused by sleeping disorders. One such disorder is called dream apnea, which is a form of sleep apnea that occurs when you dream. In normal sleep apnea, your breathing repeatedly stops and starts while you're asleep. This is generally caused by obstructive airway issues, meaning that the airway gets blocked by overly relaxed airway muscles or by your tongue or soft palate. This is different from central sleep apnea, where your brain doesn't send the proper signals to your muscles to keep your airway open. Both forms can cause you to stop breathing for a short time while you're asleep. But dream apnea is specifically associated with REM sleep. This means that if you suffer from dream apnea, you might stop breathing several times an hour every time you dream, causing you to wake up briefly. Over time, this can severely affect the quality of your sleep. So if you think you might have dream apnea, see a doctor. They can perform a sleep study to diagnose the problem and help you find ways to treat it. Another condition that can prevent you from dreaming is REM sleep behavior disorder. As we mentioned earlier, REM sleep is when dreaming occurs. However, some people experience REM sleep without dreams. It's not exactly clear what causes this, but scientists have found that it often occurs in people who suffer from other neurological disorders, like Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, and even Alzheimer's. There's also evidence that genetics play a role in REM sleep behavior disorder. That's because it tends to run in families. While scientists work to determine the underlying causes of this disorder, they're also trying to figure out why it only affects some people with sleep disorders and not others. This is important because treating the sleep disorder itself doesn't always get rid of the REM sleep behavior disorder. So researchers hope that one day they'll be able to develop targeted treatments for this condition. Finally, some people don't dream because they simply can't. Believe it or not, there's actually a medical condition called congenital dreamless sleep syndrome, which is an extremely rare disorder that prevents you from ever dreaming. This condition is caused by damage to a specific part of your brain called the pons. The pons is a small structure that sits just above your spinal cord and is responsible for regulating REM sleep. Without a properly functioning pons, your body can't enter REM sleep, which means that you'll never dream. Unfortunately, there's no cure for congenital dreamless sleep syndrome. And right now, doctors can't even say for sure how many people it affects. That's because most cases go undiagnosed, since it often goes along with other serious health conditions that get priority. But scientists are continuing to learn more about this fascinating disorder, and hopefully, they'll be able to find a way to help those who suffer from it one day. For now, though, if you're not dreaming, it's probably nothing to worry about. Just lie back down and try to sleep. You might just be in one of the deepest parts of your non-dreaming sleep. Stage 3. And sometimes not knowing what you missed is half the fun. Thanks for watching this episode. We've made thousands of educational videos over the years, and we've been able to offer them for free because of our patrons. So, to all of our patrons, thank you for what you do to make this happen. If you're not a patron but you want to learn more about what that means, you can go to our support page